professional in Shiva tells us that life's all about probabilities. You'll have to figure out, pull all the data together, and it's still making a human decision on what works, what doesn't. And if something doesn't work, you go back to the table. So I don't know if that helps really, but that's quick summary. I know we had any other questions before I move further? I know we are at 25 minutes just now, and I think from our structure, we definitely wanted to share one example of what's happened in India, but we will, if there is a question, we will answer. But I want to end this with going to my panelists on one question, and I want to start with Soumya and Anshul, and then come to the HR folks on the table here. If you had no limit, no restriction of any kind, where do you see, knowing what InfoSphere is all about and mindful tech that you guys have so fantastically articulated for all of us, where do you see, or what do you think, what is the one problem that you think tech can solve for you as an employee, as a techie, and as somebody who understands this world?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. So as a person who understands tech, who use and who write a lot of code, I think using these technology and being mindful of the technology, I think I would really like to solve all the problems which are there in the world, especially, which my parents face. For example, I would like to take example of a rural area, right? Because technology is not that much in those areas. So the poor farmers, right? They have limited owned land, and that also is taken by the powerful, maybe politicians or the farmers, right? So using blockchain, we can create some technology, right, where we can have those data that, okay, these are the lands which are specifically given to these people. I mean, one of my mentees is already working on this project that is in progress, and there are plenty of such issues which I would love to solve using technology. And yeah, I have been doing that already, be it making project for Delhi Police Department, they are using it. I created an application for the Delhi Police Department, they are using it in their day-to-day life. For ESIC hospitals as well, to improve their infrastructure. So I think step by step, I'm taking baby steps, but I'm going in that path and doing whatever I can using technology to improve the world. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Soumya. Anshul.
Yeah, I think speaking more specifically on the HR solutions, and if you were my CTO and you gave me a free hand that, hey, Anshul, develop anything that you want. So one of the biggest problems which I see in the HR world is that the job seeker ecosystem and the job giver ecosystem, which is the us software engineers seeking for jobs, and you HRs trying to provide us the jobs. So both the ecosystems work in a little isolation. I see a big gap over there which can be bridged in a very wonderful way provided the artificial intelligence power that we have right now. Now, as a software engineer, the first thing that comes to my mind is from where I can get the data. So I have data from LinkedIn. I have all the patterns of all the people who have been working that, okay, they started with Wipro, moved to Infosys, then moved to Microsoft, then to Google and so on. So I have this series of experiences of every individual. So now if I want to make a switch, right now I had only limited data points that, okay, my friend moved from Google to some startup which is paying him more. So probably I should apply there. But if I tap this unleveraged InfoSphere, then I just need to give my experience and ask the system that, okay, let me know what all companies I can apply for. So that is the ecosystem from a job seeker point of view. Now from a job provider point of view, the things that you are worried about is finding the right person at the right pay and hoping to God that they, once you have rolled out the offer, they don't back out from it. Okay, so now that is where some of the different infospheres or data lakes come into play. First of all, I already talked about LinkedIn. Then there are portals like Indeed, which are providing jobs. Then there are portals like techlevels.fyi, which lets you know that, okay, this is the particular compensation for this particular experienced software engineer. Then there are some other portals as well, like Glassdoor and so on, which are for the HR ecosystem. So if I tap on top of all of these ecosystems and build a unified system, which lets me know that, okay, these companies would help you grow, there is a 90% confidence that moving from Google to possibly Microsoft at this particular level will help 90% in your growth. So that is the projection which like AI systems can provide us. Now talking from a job provider or a HR point of view, there can be systems like, okay, I have the resume of the person, I have the interview performance of the person, I know people around like similar to his or her experience who has applied. I know the patterns of people, how they are shifting, where they are shifting.